Listen to me right now, because this moment could be the one that flips your life upside down in the best way possible. Too many people wait for a perfect sign, a perfect plan, a perfect chance to finally change. But perfection is the biggest lie you've been sold. Life doesn't hand out perfect timing. It hands out opportunities disguised as hard choices. And if you keep waiting, you'll wake up one day realizing you missed every single one. The truth is brutal. Your excuses are robbing you blind, they're stealing your future, and the longer you protect them, the longer you stay stuck exactly where you are. But the moment you stop defending your limits and start attacking them, everything begins to shift. I need you to feel the urgency, because this isn't some distant someday, this is right now. You don't get extra years handed to you, you don't get to rewind the clock. All you have is this second, this heartbeat, this breath. And I promise you this, you're capable of so much more than you're showing yourself. You've got fire inside you that hasn't even been tapped yet, but it's buried under comfort, under fear, under procrastination. And the only way to unleash it is to stop negotiating with weakness. Stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Stop saying, I'll wait until I feel ready. You'll never feel ready. Ready is a myth. Winners don't wait for ready, they move, they act, they leap. Think about it. Every hero you admire, every success story you love, every legend you've ever read about, they didn't have it easy. They were scared. They were unsure. They were unprepared. But they went anyway. And because they went, they discovered strength they didn't even know they had. That's the exact same potential that's waiting for you, but you'll never find it sitting still. You'll only find it by stepping forward, even when your knees shake, even when your voice cracks, even when your brain screams at you to quit. You are standing on the edge of a decision right now. On one side is the same old cycle: excuses, regrets, wasted time. On the other side is the version of you that finally decides enough is enough. And that version of you, that's the one who gets the life you dream about, the one who feels alive every single morning, the one who doesn't beg for motivation anymore because discipline carries them through. That version is not some fantasy. It's possible, it's real, it's waiting, but you've got to make the jump. So here's the question. Are you going to keep waiting for someone to rescue you, or are you going to rescue yourself? Are you going to keep blaming the world for holding you back, or are you finally going to look in the mirror and say, no more excuses, it's my time now? Because if you say those words with conviction, if you mean them with every ounce of your being, nothing in this world can stop you. Not your past, not your failures, not your critics, not your fears. You will become unstoppable. You know what the scariest thing in the world is? It's not failure, it's not rejection, it's not embarrassment. The scariest thing is potential wasted. Think about it, you were born with gifts, with talents, with fire in your DNA. You were meant to build, to rise, to conquer. And yet, most people will go to their graves with their dreams still inside them because they never had the courage to fight for them. Don't let that be your story. Don't let fear be the reason you die with everything you were supposed to do left undone. You think failure hurts. It doesn't even compare to regret. Failure stings for a little while, but regret eats you alive every single day. You can learn from failure, you can rise from failure, you can turn failure into fuel, but regret is permanent. Regret is standing over the ashes of your life saying, if only I had tried. That's the life your excuses are building for you right now. And you've got to make the choice to break that cycle. Understand this, discipline is freedom. It doesn't trap you, it liberates you. When you stop giving into your feelings and start honoring your commitments, you unlock a power that separates you from 99% of people. While everyone else is hitting snooze, scrolling their phone and waiting for motivation, you're already moving. You're already building. You're already 10 steps ahead. And that's how legacies are made, not by wishing, not by waiting, but by working. But here's the thing, they won't cheer for you in the beginning. People will doubt you, laugh at you, tell you you're crazy. They'll say you can't, you shouldn't, you'll never. But when you keep going, when you stay consistent, when you refuse to stop, those same voices will go silent. And then one day, those same people will ask you how you did it. And you'll smile because you'll know the truth. While they were talking, you were building. While they were criticizing, you were growing. While they were sleeping, you were grinding. This isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about finally seeing what happens when you go all in on yourself, when you stop holding back, when you stop living like you've got unlimited time. Because you don't. Every day you waste is a day you never get back. And if you don't wake up with urgency, if you don't act like your life depends on it, one day you'll realize it did. So I need you to flip the switch inside your mind. Stop being scared of failure and start being terrified of staying the same. Stop being addicted to comfort and start being obsessed with growth. Stop waiting for the world to hand you opportunities and start creating your own. Because when you do, when you finally decide that excuses are no longer welcome in your life, that's the day everything changes. That's the day you become unstoppable. You think you're tired, you think you're stressed, you think life is unfair. Let me tell you something, life doesn't care. Life isn't supposed to be easy, it's supposed to test you. Every struggle, every setback, every sleepless night is life asking you one question. How bad do you want it? Because if you only want it when it's convenient, you don't really want it. If you only show up when it feels good, you'll never get anywhere. But if you fight for it even when you're exhausted, even when nobody's clapping, even when it feels impossible, that's when life starts opening doors. And I get it, pain is real, struggle is real, but so is growth, so is resilience, so is breakthrough. The pain you're feeling right now is shaping you into the person you need to become to handle the life you're asking for. You can't demand greatness and expect it to come wrapped in comfort. It doesn't work like that. Diamonds are made under pressure. Muscles are built by resistance. Your character is forged in fire. Stop running from the very things that are trying to make you stronger. Here's the truth most people never face. Discipline isn't something you need sometimes. It's something you need all the time. Success isn't about one big moment. It's about what you do daily. It's about the mornings you don't hit snooze, the nights you don't quit early, the hours you put in when nobody's watching. It's the small decisions stacked up over time that transform you. People want to talk about destiny, but destiny is just discipline repeated every single day. And don't you dare think you're too late. I don't care if you're 15 or 50. The moment you decide to stop making excuses is the moment your future starts to shift. You can rewrite your story right now. You can choose to stop being the victim and start being the hero. You can turn every chapter of struggle into a chapter of triumph, but only if you pick up the pen and start writing it yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you the life you dream about. That responsibility is yours. So stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. Motivation is temporary. Habits are permanent. If you rely on motivation, you'll quit every time it fades. But if you build habits, you'll keep going even when you don't feel like it. And that's the difference between the people who achieve and the people who only dream. The achievers don't stop just because they're tired. They stop when they're finished. Listen, your dream doesn't care about your feelings. Your dream doesn't care if you're scared, tired, or uncomfortable. It only responds to work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, you don't deserve the reward. That might sting, but it's the truth. And the moment you embrace that truth, the moment you start living it, is the moment you separate yourself from the rest. Because most people will always look for shortcuts, but champions take the hard road and build something that lasts forever. Let me ask you this, what's your excuse? Really stop and answer that. Is it that you're too tired, too broke, too old, too young, not enough time, not enough support? Guess what? Somebody out there has the exact same excuse as you and they're still winning. They're still getting up earlier. They're still staying up later. They're still putting in the work while you're sitting there convincing yourself you can't. The difference isn't their circumstances, it's their mindset. And until you change yours, nothing in your life will change. People love to talk about luck. They got lucky. They had connections. They had money. No, they had guts. They had perseverance. They had discipline. Luck doesn't build empires. Luck doesn't create champions. Luck doesn't carry you through years of grind. What does? Relentless effort, relentless focus, relentless belief in yourself when nobody else sees what you see. And here's the kicker, you don't need the perfect plan to start. You don't need everything figured out to take the first step. Too many people waste years waiting for the right time. Newsflash, the right time doesn't exist. The right time is when you decide it's right. The right time is now. Action creates clarity. Action creates momentum. And momentum creates results. But hesitation kills dreams. Every second you wait is a second wasted. You're sitting on goals, ideas, visions that could change your life, maybe even change the world, but fear has you paralyzed. Fear of failing, fear of being judged, fear of not being enough. And I'm telling you right now, fear is a liar. Fear will whisper every reason why you can't, but it never tells you the truth. That you can, that you should, that you must. And the only way to silence fear is to move anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward in spite of it. And I know what you're thinking, but what if I try and fail? Then you try again. Then you learn. Then you grow. Failure isn't the end, it's the process. Every person you look up to, every success story you admire, every champion you've ever seen, they all failed. Not once, not twice, but countless times. The difference is they didn't quit. They didn't let failure define them. They let failure refine them. And that's what you've got to do, because here's the raw truth. The clock is ticking whether you move or not. Time is passing whether you take action or not. Every day you sit still, your dream gets further away. And one day you'll wake up, look in the mirror, and realize the chance is gone. That's why you can't wait. That's why you can't keep making excuses. You've got to move now. You've got to build now. You've got to start now. This is your wake-up call. Stop playing small. Stop hiding behind comfort. Stop telling yourself stories that keep you stuck. You were made for more. And deep down, you know it. The fire in your chest, the voice in your head. That's your potential begging you to stop wasting time and start living. Answer it. Honor it. Act on it. Because the world doesn't need more excuses, it needs your greatness. One day, you're going to look back at this moment. The moment you decided to stop waiting, stop making excuses, stop living small, and you're going to realize it was the turning point of your life. Because right here, right now, you're standing at the fork in the road. On one side is the same old life, comfortable, predictable, filled with excuses and regret. On the other side is growth, greatness, and the life you've always imagined. And the only thing standing between you and that life is the choice you make today. So let me make it clear, nobody's coming to push you. Nobody's coming to drag you. Nobody's going to build your dream for you. This is on you. And that's not a burden, that's freedom. That means you hold the pen. That means you control the script. That means you decide how this story ends. You've got the power to build, to change, to transform, but only if you stop waiting for permission and start demanding more from yourself. Don't get it twisted, this journey isn't going to be easy. There will be days when you want to quit, days when you question yourself, days when nothing seems to be working. But remember this, pain is temporary, quitting is forever. The struggle you feel now will one day be the strength you rely on. The discipline you build now will one day be the freedom you enjoy. And the sacrifices you make now will one day be the reason you're living the life you once only dreamed about. Every legend, every champion, every success story you've ever admired started just like you, scared, uncertain, filled with doubt. But they made a choice. They chose to keep going when it was easier to quit. They chose discipline over comfort. They chose action over excuses. And that's the exact same choice you're facing right now. If they could do it, so can you. The only difference is whether or not you're willing to pay the price. Listen, this isn't about tomorrow or next week or someday. Someday is a trap. Someday is the graveyard of dreams. This is about today. This is about what you do the moment this video ends. Will you fall back into the same cycle, or will you finally rise up and change your life? The power is in your hands, and it always has been. So make the choice, make the sacrifice, make the commitment. And don't just make it once, make it every single day. Wake up every morning and remind yourself, no excuses, no limits, no turning back. Because the day you truly decide is the day everything shifts. And when that shift happens, nothing and no one can stop you. This is your time. This is your story. This is your life. Take it, own it, live it.